Over the Christmas period, I made this, which is Peanut Butter Baileys. We're going to turn that into gelato without any additional sugar or whatsoever. So using alcohol in ice cream, there's a couple of things to note. Is alcohol really affects the freezing point of your ice cream, gelato, sorbet, whatever. But at the same time, it's really difficult to know what effect certain alcohols will have. So if you take a 40% alcohol, so proper rum, whiskies, vodkas, that kind of thing, they're all sitting around the 40%, or should be, rum, it should be. But a lot of alcohol is much lower than that, such as Baileys. There's a lot of rum liqueurs or liquors that aren't rum at all, they're just alcoholic mixes. So you can't just kind of guess this. It's like dumping, erythritol or stevia into a recipe and just hoping for the best. It doesn't work. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to show you how to use Baileys, which this is 17% alcohol. Okay. And turn it into a super luxurious gelato, but we're gonna use that stevia drops. Now, stevia drops, a great way of boosting a sweetness level without affecting the freezing point. And it's a balance of solids. This recipe is a bit low in solids, but anyway, enough chit chat. Let's just get on and do it. What are we gonna need for this recipe? We are gonna need 357 grams of milk. I use 2%, use whatever milk you've got. 58 grams of skim milk powder, 330 grams of your homemade peanut butter Baileys, 1.5 grams of guar gum or xanthan gum, and 3 grams of stevia drops. Now, if you don't want to make the peanut butter Baileys, you can just use normal Baileys, but you are going to miss some of the essential fats required that's in the peanut butter that's in here. So if you do that, you're going to need to add some amount of cream. My neighbor really wants me to make a boozy vanilla, so I think probably next week we're going to do a bourbon vanilla, which is going to be super nice. Anyway, 357 of milk, 330 of our peanut butter. Look at that fat at the top. 330. We're going to do our skim milk powder in a little pot, which is 58 grams, 1.5 grams of guar gum. The stabilizer is kind of essential because I'm not adding any additional sugar. It's low in solids. This recipe equates to 31% solids, but it's just about creating a better mouthfeel. So that's what we're doing. We're just gonna stir the guar into our milk powder, put that into there, whisk that together, and we're gonna put this on the hob. Not gonna put our stevia in now. We're going to just warm this up to melt the fats together, get it a nice homogeneous mix, and then once it's cooled down, then we'll add this in. So let's get this on hob and get this stirring. We're not heating it up to any temperature, so let's just get it warmed up, 50 degrees centigrade, something like that, and then we'll come back when it's done. Right, just a couple of minutes, that's all it takes. Just fire the heat up as high as it will go and get it all mixed together. Now we've got a lovely creamy looking ice cream base. Now that we're safely off the heat, we're gonna add in our stevia. Now, don't just use drops and guess, because this is about 250 to 300 times sweeter than normal sugar. So it doesn't take a lot to make it super sweet. Plus, it's kind of got a funky taste, I think. So we wanna kind of be careful. So we want 3 grams of this. So we're gonna get our little scales and we're gonna balance a spoon on top. And that is 3 grams. Just get that all in there. Weigh it how you will, but you need those little tiny scales. So, with our stevia in there, we're going to just mix it back together one last time before it goes in the fridge. Not going to go in too long because it's not that hot now. Guar is a great stabilizer because it has emulsification tendencies too. So it not only does it stabilize, but it also emulsifies. So it's It's a really nice, easy one for low temperature ice cream bases. So let's just get this in the fridge. It's only gonna be in there for an hour or two just to cool it right down, and then we'll get it up and get it churning. So once your ice cream base is chilled down, again, it doesn't take long. You're gonna take it out of the fridge and just give it a quick stir whilst our machine is pre-chilling. Now we're gonna pop it in the machine, get it churned up and load into a container, because we're just gonna pop that back in the freezer to completely harden off. It's 8:30, 20 to 9 almost. And I really wanted some ice cream, so. So there we go. The first introduction into the alcoholic ice cream playlist. I'm going to do a lot of these, not specifically because I'm an alcoholic, but you know, I love alcohol in ice cream. So this is just a baby touch on using alcohol. In the next video in this series, we're going to go into depth. We're going to go into flavor combinations. We're going to go into how to reduce solids if you're using alcohol. We're going to go into balancing with alcohol. It's a whole varied subject. So make sure you like and subscribe. Perfect texture, super smooth, really nice peanut butter flavor. And the aftertaste is the Irish whiskey coming through in the peanut butter Baileys. It's warm on the throat. After the actual ice cream is melted and you've swallowed, you're left with that warming feeling in your throat, which is exactly what you want for alcoholic ice cream. Anyway, there's a big company, I think they're in New York actually, might be wrong, Tipsy Scoop. This is all they do, alcoholic ice creams. I've not had it. Interestingly enough, people moan about ice cream being dished up when it's too liquid. Go and check out some of Tipsy Scoop's videos on social media. Look at the consistency of the ice cream as it comes out of the batch freezer. It's basically liquid still. And this is, before we finish, this is the amount of alcohol they put in there means their batch freezers are really, really struggling to actually turn it into ice cream. What they do is they batch it up into their containers and they get it in a super blast chiller. And that brings that temperature right down super, super fast, and then it will freeze. Biggest problem with that, the moment you take it out of that blast chiller, it's going to start melting incredibly quickly. So you need to be careful with alcohol in ice cream, because otherwise you're going to end up with a pool of liquid in your bowl rather than a scoop of ice cream. Anyway, enough rambling on this video. I will see you next week, and I will also see you in episode 2 of alcoholic ice creams.